Hey, she was 14, guys. Can you get the right?
Oh no, this is just one
that's
example.
Dude, there's
this is just one.
so many.
Yeah.
Brian,
And,
dude, come on, she was 14.
To-
What
to-
is your take today? What the fuck is going on? Woody Allen, now you defend Epstein?
Woody Allen's a very different story.
Over the last few weeks, the Epstein files have come back into the public conversation in a serious way. Not in the vague, something weird happened sense, but in the names, emails, patterns, and accusations sense. And what's been interesting isn't just what's in the files, it's how comedians are reacting to them on their own platforms. Because when you strip away the jokes, podcasts are where a lot of people now go to understand power, corruption, and who gets protected. And the reactions couldn't be more different. Let's start with D.L. Hugley because his response is the most direct and the least comfortable.
The other big thing that there have been, of course, the Epstein list has come out again, and I think every time it comes out, the one thing that is pretty consistent is how prominently mentioned Donald Trump is. I think in this last batch, Donald Trump was mentioned 38,500 times. 38,500 times. Jesus was only in the Bible 1,400 times, and that's his daddy's book. 38,500 times. And I heard somebody say, I think it was this cat I follow on Instagram. He was talking about Harry Potter, and Harry Potter has 7 books. And in those 7 books, Harry Potter, the namesake of the book, was mentioned 19,000 times. Donald Trump in the Epstein files have been mentioned 38,500 times. And there have been all of these examples of things that, like in the first iteration, they asked, there was, remember that thing about him, they say he blew a dude named Bubba?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like, there have been horrible allegations, right? It was some of the things. What are some of the things they're saying in the Epstein files? Some of the things that happened.
Well, this was reported by an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump, and the friend said she was also abused by Epstein.
Here's what I don't understand. I really don't. Now, we have seen a prince go down because of this, right? We have seen an ambassador go down because of this, right? Because of the connection with the Epstein list. We have seen Bill Gates get a divorce because of his association with the Epstein list, right? Out of all those things that are happening, and Donald Trump has mentioned 38,500 times, and not one question has been asked of him.
Now contrast that with Tim Dillon, whose reaction is disgusted, unhinged, and relentless. Tim doesn't treat the Epstein files as gossip or politics. He treats them as confirmation of something he's been saying for years, that Epstein ran a human trafficking operation for the elite, and that roughly half the files are still hidden or redacted to protect powerful people. In his latest podcast, which I reacted to, Tim talks about emails referencing torture videos, a trapdoor in Epstein's island home allegedly used to dispose of victims, and correspondence that he believes points to near-death encounters with underage girls.
Jeffrey Epstein, fan of Whitney Cummings. That's a nice thing. So much of what is being talked about right now is negative. But Jeffrey Epstein, fan of Whitney Cummings, friend of the show, and liked her squirting routine and would see it in West Palm Beach after raping and torturing the children. He would, after a rape and a torture of the children, can you imagine being raped and tortured and then hearing the person who did it go, now I'm going to go to a comedy show? That's another level of sociopath. You have to respect that level of sociopath. You're raping and torturing children, killing them maybe, and then you go, all right, let's take a break from this. I'm going to the Improv. And then he would sit there and laugh at comedy. He would go to the West Palm Beach Improv after strangling a woman, probably underage, a girl, strangling her to death. Some women were saved by the fact that he had to go to the West Palm Beach Improv to see Whitney Cummings. Some people are alive today. Right as she was about to lose consciousness, he goes, fuck, I remember. I've got tickets to the Late Show at the West Palm Beach Improv. Go see Whitney Cummings.
One moment he's there doing some absolutely disgusting, inhumane things to children, to young women, and then the next moment he's there attending a comedy club. I'm the financial guy. I'm the science guy. I love comedy. I love having a good laugh. But at the same time, he will turn around and abuse children psychologically, physically. I mean, it's just not right. Tim goes even further, arguing that Epstein and his circle believed in a kind of Luciferian worldview where they saw themselves as gods, normal people as disposable, and morality as irrelevant. To Tim, the Epstein story is the key to understanding why modern politics feels broken and corrupt.
It's worth revisiting Kash Patel's takeaway. What did he glean from all of these documents? And I'm sure he's got ones we haven't seen. Let's take a look now. Everyone in the world now knows that there was 100% a human trafficking operation where Jeffrey Epstein was procuring girls for wealthy and powerful people. Everybody knows that. Friend of the show, Kash Patel, let's see what he got out of it.
Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the file.
In the case.
You don't have to be the director of the FBI to see that this guy's trafficking women. He's trafficking underage women. You don't have to be so Kash Patel's a liar. He's a big, fat liar. He's a liar, and he should resign and step down because he's lying.
To Tim, the Epstein story is the key to understanding why modern politics feels broken and corrupt, because the people at the top are compromised, mutually implicated, and loyal only to each other. And importantly, Tim isn't protecting anyone. Not Trump, not Bill Gates, not Clinton, not Musk. Everyone gets dragged. Now compare both of these reactions to Joe Rogan. Rogan's take is noticeably softer, more cautious, more detached. Instead of pushing hard on names, Rogan tends to focus on possibility. Maybe Epstein fabricated emails. Maybe it was blackmail leverage. Maybe some things were fiction.
It's just crazy that statutory rape is what took it all down, right? Because it's underage, right? That's what took it all down.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be what took Jeffrey Epstein down.
Kind of crazy.
Even that has a really interesting geopolitical history. There was a similar scandal in the early 2000s with a private military contractor called DynCorp, which again runs through this Adnan Khashoggi kind of Middle Eastern network. DynCorp got in trouble for trafficking. Facilitating the traffic. It was a major U.S. military and CIA contractor for logistics and institutional support and military assistance on the ground for the U.S. military all over the world. They got in trouble basically trafficking underage kids to Middle Eastern sheikhs. And I believe in the early 2000s, and I believe the reason that was alleged by Congress that they did that was to juice the deals with them.
Do you think that's how Jeffrey Epstein got in that position in the first place, that they knew he had this kink?
No, not at all. I mean, Adnan Khashoggi had the same thing. Adnan Khashoggi was running around with dozens of young and apparently underage girls the whole time. I think that Jeffrey Epstein probably learned you know, how powerful that can be through that network, seeing that's what powerful people do, that gives them something that gets them a lot of local influence and wins them a lot of favor.
That's a very specific illicit desire to want underage people.
Rogan doesn't sit with the Trump allegations. He doesn't interrogate frequency. He doesn't demand accountability. He also seems to take a backseat even though he has one of the biggest platforms on earth. And when you put that next to how Rogan's close circle reacts, the picture gets worse. Brian Callen has been especially frustrating to watch. Callen's commentary leans toward minimizing, reframing, and cautioning against jumping to conclusions. Callen sounds far more concerned about protecting reputations than interrogating power.
You don't
My
know
experience
Epstein. You
with
don't know
those guys-
Epstein.
my experience with those guys
think
never-
about the guys he's conned. Think about the politicians, smart people,
Dude,
smart.
This
people.
guy, here's my take. Tell
You
me
don't
what you
think
guys
he
think.
could squeeze into your green room at the Palm Beach Improv?
Tell me
I
what.
guarantee
Tell me.
it.
Tell
If
me
he
what
brought
you
Woody
think of
Allen, though,
this.
would you have brought?
Of course. Woody Allen, the legend. I don't buy all the allegations. I looked into all that. I don't buy any of it.
No, I've never looked
I think it's
into it.
all bullshit with Woody Allen. I think he got
hot take.
completely fucking railroaded.
Hot take.
Not a hot take. If you
Well, no,
look
he
into
married
it, it's
Woody
all,
Allen.
Yeah, it's the worst take.
Well, no, he definitely married the daughter.
Yeah, but he didn't know her. But she was also 25, 30.
Yeah, dude, super young. You don't want to defend Woody
You
Allen.
can't do
Bubba.
that
You don't want to
without.
defend Woody Allen.
No, I defend him. Oh, my thing with Epstein is this. It's so I haven't done a deep dive in any of this shit.
Well, I start sending you some shit.
Yeah, my thing about all this is like, oh wait, this dude was good at helping you cheat on your taxes, whatever. He had something about that. Second of all, he probably went, oh wait, nerds want to get laid and they cheat on their wives, no matter how rich and powerful they are. Here's a plane and a fucking island.
Yeah,
so
but what about all the young
overall,
kids?
it sounds like he was he was a pimp to nerds.
What about the young kid, though?
He had a penchant for like 14, 15,
And so did some other very famous.
Well, there's a lot of emails. Like, there's
We
emails
don't
saying
know yet,
really
right?
enjoyed that the 9-year-old. Was it 9-year-old
Nice.
Brazilian?
What?
Yeah,
There's some 9-year-olds in there.
yeah. There's even younger.
I'll move to you guys. Hold on.
I'll go to chat after this.
Hey, she was 14, guys. Can you get the right?
Oh no, this is just one
that's
example.
dude.
This
There's
is just one.
so many.
Yeah.
Brian
And
goes,
I
dude,
mean-
come on, she was 14.
To-
What
to-
is your take today? What the fuck is going on? Woody Allen, and now you defend Epstein?
Woody Allen's a very different story. Woody Allen's
Well,
totally different.
it's weird. You're dating your stepdaughter.
It's still legal.
When you line all this up, a pattern emerges. D.L. Hugley is furious and focused. Tim Dillon is disgusted and unrestrained. Joe Rogan is cautious and distant. Brian Callen is defensive and minimizing. And that difference matters because comedy podcasts aren't just jokes anymore. They shape how millions of people understand power. Some comedians see the Epstein files as confirmation of systemic rot. Some see them as a conspiracy puzzle. And some seem far more worried about who gets named than who gets hurt.